guys, Marco here from Aviator Life CS. Welcome back to the channel. Today we will continue talking about engines and APU. And remember, this is part 2 of the series of videos. So today we are going to talk about the general controls and indicators. And let's get started with the engine start switches. Remember, they are the forward overhead panel. If we select ground, it opens the start valve, closes the engine bleed valve. For ground starts, arms selected igniters to provide ignition when engine start lever is moved to idle. For in-flight starts, arms both igniters to provide ignition when engine start lever is moved to idle. Releases to off at a start valve cutout. The off position, ignition normally off. Both igniters are activated when engine start lever is in idle and an on-command rapid decrease in N2 occurs, or N2 is between 57 and 50%, or in flight, N2 is between idle and 5%. If we go to continuous, provides ignition to selected igniters when engine is operating and engine start lever is in idle. In flight, provides ignition to both igniters when N2 is below idle and engine start lever is in idle. In flight, provides ignition to both igniters when engine start lever in idle. Now we have the ignition select switch here. If we select left, selects the left igniter for use on both engines. Both selects both igniters for use on both engines. And if we select right, we'll select the right igniter for use in both engines. Okay, now let's talk about the engine display control panel. And in the previous video, we talked about N1 set and fuel flow. So I'm not going to talk about them today. Just please feel free to check the link above and you can go to part 1 and review how these switches work. Today, we're going to talk basically about the Mfv engine switch. When we push engine, display secondary engine indications on lower DU, or if the lower DU is unavailable, on upper or inboard DU based on the position of the display select panel selector. Second push blanks lower DU. So if we check the video here, we can see when we press the engine switch, we can see the engine indications in the lower DU. And one more press will remove them from the lower DU. All right. So now we'll talk about the engine panel. And here you can see it in the airplane. That's how it looks in a normal flight. All the lights extinguished, only the on light in view. So let's see what each of these lights means. The reversal lights. Illuminated amber. One or more of the following has occurred. Isolation valve or thrust reverser control valve is not in commanded position. One or more thrust reverser sleeves are not in commanded state. Auto restow circuit has been activated. A failure has been detected in synchronization shaft lock circuitry. Number 2 is the engine control light, illuminated amber. Engine control system is not dispatchable due to faults in system. Light operates when engine is operating and airplane on ground and below 80 knots prior to takeoff or approximately 30 seconds after touchdown. Number 3 is the electronic engine control switches. On, in view, white, as we watch in the video, indicates normal control mode is selected. Engine ratings calculated by EEC from sensed atmospheric conditions and bleed air demand. When on is not in view, the EEC has been manually selected to the alternate mode. Now, if we go about the alternate mode, is amber, indicator EEC has automatically switched to alternate control mode or it has been selected manually. EEC provides rated thrust or higher. Okay, we have a couple of notes here. They say both on and alternate may be in view if EEC has automatically switched to soft alternate mode. The other note says EGT limits must be observed on both normal and alternate control modes. Now we will talk about the engine controls, and you can see the control stand here. Just something to mention that this control stand could be different depending on the airplane serial number. So here we see the engine start levers like this. We could also see them like this. They do exactly the same. The only difference that we can probably mention here is that this note that these red lights, they illuminate in the event of engine fire or during an engine fire test. Caution, do not apply rotational force when moving the engine start lever. Okay? So let's go back to the previous picture here with the control stand, and we're going to talk about each of them. Number one is the forward thrust levers, controls engine thrust, cannot be advanced if the reverse thrust lever is in the deployed position. Number two is the reverse thrust levers, controls engine reverse thrust, cannot select reverse thrust unless related forward thrust lever is at idle. Reverse thrust lever is blocked at reverse idle position until related thrust reverser is more than 60% deployed. The other note says, movement of reverse thrust lever into reverse thrust engages locking pole, preventing forward thrust lever from moving. Terminating reverse thrust removes locking pole and restores forward thrust lever movement ability. Number three is the engine start levers. When they are at idle, which is this position here, energizes ignition system through EEC, electrically opens the spark fuel shutoff valve in the wing leading edge outboard of the pylon. Electrically opens engine-mounted fuel shutoff valve via the EEC. If we select the cutoff, closes both spark and engine fuel shutoff valves, de-energizes ignition system. Talk about the Apu control panel, and we have it in the forward overhead panel. Number one is the Apu maintenance light, illuminated blue. Apu maintenance problem exists. Apu may be operated. Light is disarmed when Apu switch is in off. Number two is the Apu exhaust gas temperature EGT indicator and displays Apu EGT. EGT indicator remains powered for 5 minutes after shutdown. Number three, we have the Apu over speed light. Illuminated amber, Apu RPM limit has been exceeded, resulting in an automatic shutdown. Over speed shutdown protection feature has failed. A self-test during a normal Apu shutdown. If light is illuminated when Apu switch is placed to off, light extinguishes after 5 minutes. Light is disarmed when the Apu switch is in the off position. Number four is the Apu fault light, illuminated amber. A malfunction exists causing Apu to initiate an automatic shutdown. If light is illuminated when Apu switch is placed to off, light extinguishes after 5 minutes. Light is disarmed when Apu switch is in the off position. The number five is the low oil pressure light, illuminated amber. During the start, until the Apu oil pressure is normal, oil pressure is low, causing an automatic shutdown after start cycle is complete. If light is illuminated when Apu switch is played to off, light extinguishes after 5 minutes. Light is disarmed when Apu switch is in off position. Apu switch in off, normal position when Apu is not running. Positioning switch to off with Apu running trips Apu generator off the buses or bus if connected, and closes Apu bleed air valve. Apu continues to run for a 60-second cooling period. Apu air inlet door automatically closes after shutdown. in the on position, normal position when APU is running, start, momentary, positioning APU switch from off to start, and releasing it to on initiates an automatic start sequence. Okay guys, that's the end of the video for today. I know it's a short one, but next one is going to be a little bit longer, so that's why I wanted to make this one not too long. I hope you like these videos. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please do it now. And if you think these videos could be useful for somebody else, please share them. And that's going to help me a lot to grow the channel. And please don't forget to check the website sim4pilots.com. That's my friend's website. Right there, you're going to find videos about normal, non-normal, supplementary procedures for the 737 using the flight simulator. Everything is well done there. Please take a look. Let me know what you think. I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy the videos there and you're going to learn a lot. So next week, we'll continue with the engines and APU, guys. Until then, take care and hope to see you soon.